let me address this, Chris.
This is rap man. Right?
Well, first of all,
I don't even know who he is.
First of all, I'm gonna tell you why I know who he is. First of all, when you're asking a guy his name and he's in the building, you can't look at me and ask me about him. Ask him.
I don't know. Sorry.
Second of all, I pay attention to the music in my city. I see who's doing what. And I see whose name repeatedly pops up and who doesn't, and I pay attention to those who market. In the last week or two alone, I've seen 3 or 4 songs on Facebook of yours. I've seen 2 or 3 posters around town, and at least 2 or 3 other artists have spoken to me about him. Now, you hip-hop hater, let's proceed. First, 316 up.
Yep.
Tell everybody where they can find you at.
Man, check me out. Check me out on Twitter, Capella Music. The reason why I got the music after that was I tried to find every domain name I could find without the music in there, and it was already taken. But trying to line it all up, I got it in Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Everything's the same thing, Capella Music. So as soon as you Google that, you'll find me.
I think you've been you and your manager, you guys been doing a good job of promoting, man. As a independent artist, man, like for me, who's an artist myself, I can kind of gauge a little bit how well somebody's marketing is doing by how many times I'm seeing them, how many different places I'm seeing them at, and how many people are talking about them. So that lets me know you're effective, you know. And I talked to these guys last week, and you know, my first show was at my mom's Tupperware party, you know. Rocked it, you know what I mean? I rocked it. I was like, you know, my grandma, she lit her lighter for me and everything, and that was good till the smoke alarm come off. So, you know, when I see another person from my town who's focused and they getting it, man, you got your own hat, merchandising, man, that's just not free. You know what I mean? You can't put all that on the backs of prostitutes, shirts. Yeah, go. Yeah, he has a manager. You know, in order for you to have a manager, you have to
be doing something right.
To manage, right? You know what I mean? Like, and that's just what it is. So tell us about your new project you got coming out.
Actually, first of all, let me talk about the last project that we worked on, Kick City.
Kick City.
The mixtape. That's out right now. You can get it on iTunes. You can get it on Amazon. You can get it hard copy. I got those too.
Yeah.
So whatever it is, like you need, however you need to get it, I got it for you.
You did?
Yeah, and it's a good project. It took a lot of hard work. It took a lot of time, a lot of money.
Yeah.
But you know, it's an incredible project, which is kind of like an intro to Capella, who Capella is.
Right.
But the next project that we're working on, actually coming out next year, 2014, it's called The Hangover, Tales of a Prodigal African.
That's what's up.
Yeah, that's my next project.
Shout out to my boy Fabrice, you know what I'm saying?
Yep.
My man Fire, we went to Wichita State together. Yep. Shout out to Nana, you know what I'm saying? The whole African community supports me. Stan Boy. Yeah, you know, them was my guys. And you alluded to something, me and Jiggy, we came up with a little section and we call it Step Your Game Up. And what it's about is designed for independent artists to learn from other independent artists and from already signed acts on how to actually step your game up. If you've been following me on Twitter or Facebook, you've been seeing my campaign, No More Whack Locals. And what that is about is...
Mic game. That's what it's about. Mic game. No.
No More Whack Locals. You got to join the movement. You know what I mean? It's about bringing a certain standard to the Wichita music scene. You know what I mean? You got to have a certain standard. Like, do you want to buy burgers from a greasy, dirty looking place, or do you want to buy burgers from somewhere that look clean? Obviously clean. You got to step your game up. And there's certain things that you just have to do that separates you from being a person who rap versus being an actual artist. And I like to deal with artists, you know what I mean? People who have a project out. He said he got hard copies. You understand what that means? That means that he invested his time and his energy and his money into his project. So don't be running up on me with burnt CDs with
Sharpie on it.
With Sharpie on it, you know what I'm saying? Talking about, yo, can I get $10? Nah. Get at me when you're professional. That's all I'm saying. You feel me, Capella?
True that, man. You got to put money in it. There's no way around it. I mean, everybody starts over there. You know, everybody starts with the Sharpie. You know, I started there. You know, like that's the first thing you do when you record straight into your computer and you think you got a hit, and you know that everybody's like just gonna fuck with you because
you hope so.
You got a Sharpie and a CD, man, and that's funny too. But you got to get to a point where you're like, okay, who am I competing with? Am I competing with somebody with a Sharpie, or am I competing with Wayne up there that's actually making all that money? Where you trying to go? What you trying to do? What you trying to do with this music? Are you rapping to be a local star, or are you rapping to be a global star?
Yeah. Quality counts.
Absolutely, man.
And that's management saying that.
You can't record something that sounds like it came out of your basement.
You did? Like, you recorded on the toilet stool yesterday morning. Now...
It had reverb in it.
now I'm not trying to discourage nobody. I'm not. I'm saying that the gift and the curse, and me and Jig talked about this last night. The gift and the curse about hip hop right now is that it's so easy to do it. You know what I mean? Like when I first started rapping, man, in Wichita, there was in those studios. It was only 4 or 5 producers. You know, for you then to get an album out took so much more effort than it does now. Now you can just go download Pro Tools and go download Fruity Loops, and you think that, you know what I mean, you're going to be the next Dr. Dre. Fuck that. Learn to write rhymes. Y'all need to stop listening to Lil Wayne and all these other cats who tell you, I don't write. It shows. You know what I mean? Hone you know what I mean? Develop your skills. You know what I mean? Like,
gotta listen to our girl Sammy.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Thug Nasty, shout out. You know what I'm saying? Like
Thug Nasty.
I want somebody. I'm only one person. You know what I mean? And I met some artists who were cool people who I didn't dig their music, but more people did. So that's all that matters. It's not about that. It's about the effort that you put out to get it done. You know what I mean? And I respect that. When I see somebody's CD and it's nicely packaged and it's barcoded and it's shrink wrapped, I know how much you went into it. You know what I mean? Those strippers know how much went into it because they carried the CDs and they sold them. You know what I mean?
They sell those hard copies.
But because I'm stripper friendly, prostitute friendly, when I push my CDs on them,
prostitution friendly.
I'm eco friendly because I get, you know, packaging that has a little small footprint, and I get paper so that it's lighter, so that they don't have to carry around heavy plastic all day because I care. It may not seem like a lot, but you know, 10, 15 CDs on one prostitute is like an extra pound of weight that you're carrying all night on those heels. But they're professional.
On those heels.
I'm serious, dude.
Now, that's a good manager right there. They should hire you at Walmart, man. Like, just manage it.
You know what I mean? I think I get it done.
Care about the employees, man.
Walmart would be popping. You would come and shoot dice to pay your bill. Like, hey, 7-Eleven for the pork chop. 7-Eleven.
Oh my God!
Wow. Capella, talk to me about the hip hop scene in Wichita, how you view it and how you view yourself in it.
I'd say as far as hip hop in Wichita, like, people really up in their game, man. I mean, shout outs to people like Cash Hollister, Essie Trill.
Yeah.
Like, there's a lot of people that you can name that's really like on it, you know, when it comes to Big Sam, like.
Yeah, you know, Dub Cuddy, that's, you know, my boy.
Man, people, I'm telling you, like, people is really coming up with their rhymes, man. They doing their thing, and I'm watching around. The competition is getting real.
Right.
But what we missing is unity, and that's the one thing. Because we missing that, it's hard to like really create a scene.
Yeah.
So everybody's just trying to do their own thing. You know what I mean? And it's not getting us nowhere.
I totally agree with you, man. I had to tell this other artist, you know, we was listening to another artist's music. He's like, oh man, I don't like this song, I don't like that song. And I'm like, look, man, if this song does well, and I hope it does, then that's good for everybody. If you handling your business, if this person gets attention, then it's only gonna bring attention on you. You know what I mean? So that's why, you know, here at KJAG Radio, we started the Step Your Game Up process. That's what the whole No More Whack Locals movement is about. It's really underneath it all is about having a certain level, like Shauna said, a certain level of quality. Some people have a lot of quantity, but they don't have a lot of quality. You fill up my Facebook page, you fill up my Twitter with all your SoundCloud and all your bullshit, and it sucks. I'm just, you know, I'm just being honest with you. And then they're like, oh, well, why you don't want to play me? I'm like, well, because you're gonna fuck up my credibility, and I'm not gonna do that for you. You know what I mean? I work hard to get all 26 of my fans, and I'm keeping them. All 26 of them.
Jesus.
That's the reality, though. That's the reality on the street, man. I mean, because it's so easy now. It's so easy to make a record. I mean, you could just put it on SoundCloud. It's free. Reverb Nation is free. You know, as soon as you put it up there and then you post it on everybody's wall, ain't nobody really trying to go with that. Now, people want visuals. You need to have videos. You need to have, you know, because
with
people,
titties in it.
and that's if they click on it. That's just if they click on it, you know. So you gotta promote it right too. I mean, the work starts after you finish the record, really.
Hey man, I'm feeling this guy, man. Me and Jiggy just said that last night. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's just the start of the process. Once you actually make the record, it's like,
oh, that's the basic.
Who can go buy a record that they don't know exists? You know what I mean? Like, you can't buy an album you don't know exists. And these guys will contest to here. I'm out throughout the city of Wichita every weekend. This weekend I was at the fair. I was the only artist that I seen out there of any genre, passing out flyers, taking emails, selling CDs. I won't tell you how much I made because it's not enough to talk about, but I covered gas. But the point is...
And gas is expensive.
Right. The point is, you got people that's all over the state of Kansas at one time in one place, and now hundreds of people who didn't hear about me before have heard about me and will go back to their area and social network and build it up. So when I got 27 fans, you know why. Because
well, we're gonna do this. I don't mean to jump in there, but we gotta get Ryan on the line. So we're gonna take a quick little timeout. We'll be back with Ryan from the Cotillion here on the world famous Jiggy Jaguar Experience. Yeah.
You're so famous, so hot.